U.S. stocks surge again today. The major indexes posting their best three-day gains for a year. A big wireless deal, of course, is part of the reason why stocks moved higher. And Deborah Kostroun has the latest from the New York Stock Exchange. Deborah.
Thanks a lot, Pimm. And yes, of course, M&A activity, always good for the market. And the big deal, of course, AT&T agreeing to buy T-Mobile for $39 billion. AT&T certainly higher on the news, but that deal pushed Sprint aside. Sprint also, of course, they were in the market to buy T-Mobile, and that stock was lower today as a deal would make, of course, AT&T now the largest mobile phone company and leave Sprint as a weaker number 3. Also, we got another deal. Charles Schwab agreeing to buy Options Express Holdings for $1 billion in stock as they would add a retail options brokerage to their equity and mutual fund offerings. But certainly the first deal with AT&T and T-Mobile, certainly a bigger one for the market, Pimm.
Now, Deborah, the market's not skittish about the situation in Japan anymore, it seems. They've forgotten what's happened. What's going on?
Well, not quite forgotten, but we do realize that the situation in Japan getting a little bit more under control. And we did see the insurers. Remember last week we were talking about them almost every day. They took a beating last week. And today what we saw, AIG and Hartford Financial Services higher. And AIG saying that first quarter catastrophes, including the earthquake in Japan, will cost that company $1 billion this quarter. But what we did see, of course, all sharply higher with those insurers. And we're also keeping a close eye on Tiffany because remember about 20% of sales come from Japan. Last week that stock lost 9% on concern about all the possible lost sales. But today the company reporting their earnings and a 29% increase in fourth quarter profit as sales were better than expected during the holiday season, and the stock up 5%. Also, the situation in Libya pretty much coming to a boiling point over the weekend, and crude oil today rising as airstrikes in Libya threaten to prolong the supply disruptions from there. Crude oil climbing above $102 a barrel as Gaddafi vowing to repel attacks, and those energy stocks were higher as well. Back to you, Pimm.
Thank you very much, Deborah Kostroun, reporting from the New York Stock Exchange.